Alright, we're starting now, Surojit.
Yeah, sure.
Hi everyone, good evening and welcome to another guest lecture series by Emeritus India Career Services. I am Sugandha and I will be moderating this session today. If you have any questions, please type them in the Q&A box and we'll bring them at the end of the session. Now, our guest for today is Mr. Surojit Mahato. He's a renowned marketing professional with 9+ years of experience in digital marketing, blogging and personal branding. He specializes in designing innovative marketing campaigns, implementing with precision and data analysis for best results. He has worked with leading brands like Way2 Online, Prowess Publishing and Software Solutions, Office 24/7, Serenity, and Pro Mantra. He is also an active blogger and regularly shares his knowledge on his website, which is www.growthdish.com, and on social media platforms. He's also the co-founder of Zoringa. He is a trainer, coach, and has worked with multiple companies like Polu, Transtech, Vertex Global, and Shifting Whale as a corporate trainer. Surojit is a published author as well of 27+ business case studies in marketing and strategy with the Case Center London and ICFAI Journal. So without any further ado, please help me in welcoming our guest speaker. The topic for today is Digital Marketing Career Opportunities 2023. Surojit, welcome and the stage is all yours.
Thank you, Sugandha, for the nice, kind introduction. Means a lot. And thank you again for inviting me. So we can start, I guess.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right. So first of all, welcome everyone to this session. So I will start with a brief story of how my journey began and how, over the years I have transformed from writing, marketing, training to, now into an agency kind of a business. But what is the dots that have linked all of this, and how kind of things that I can share with you, which will be helpful for you, so that you can take things from here and there and probably implement it. So I started my career somewhere around 2014 when I passed out of MBA college, and I started with writing. So my first job was into business writing. I was writing business case studies. So each of these case studies were, let's say very heavy research intense writing work, which, let's say, to write 10-15 page case study, I used to research for almost a month. Okay. And then develop it. I used to work with professors, read research papers, and understand one topic in depth. Let's say about what has happened in a particular company, how that company has revived, or something has happened, a particular situation, how the company has managed it, what are the business insights in it. So in MBA colleges, these case studies are taught, and there are a lot of discussions that happen around this story. Also used by a lot of research-based organizations. This material is used. So I was working there, and day in, day out, I used to go to office, read, research, write, come back home. So this was the schedule for first 2-3 years in my career. And that played a solid foundation into articulating, writing, and crafting ideas and putting it together. So that was very tough in the beginning, but eventually it helped me a lot. And then I started there. I built some writing skills. So some of the case studies were award winning also. You can find them in online. So I got mentioned in the Hindu, Business Line, all of these newspapers for 1 or 2 case studies that I won. And I built that writing and storytelling skills in that job, which I started playing on. Okay, so that is a skill that I took up very early in my career. And I started taking freelance projects. Now, how did I get these freelance projects? While doing my job. So I started, taking LinkedIn seriously. So at that time, LinkedIn was just growing. Okay. And people used to think about LinkedIn just like a job portal. Even now also there are a lot of people who just think of LinkedIn as a job portal, but there is a lot more to it, right? You will agree. So I optimized my profile for one, kind of, role that I was looking for, and I started connecting with people. Okay. Because I realized that if I want to find a new job, if I want to grow in my career, I have to talk to a lot of people who are from this industry, who have more experience, who can guide me. Now I could call up some people through my references, to friends, common friends, but that would be very limiting, right? But if I am able to connect and find these people on a platform which is LinkedIn, so that is massive, right? So I used to wake up every day, and in the morning, afternoon, evening, whenever I used to get time, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, I used to find people and send them connection requests. So at that time, there was, the limitation was not there much. So I could send up to 100, 150 connection requests in a day, which now is almost 1/4, okay, or 1/5. You cannot send more than 10, 15 connections in a day if they're free account. So I was doing this aggressively, and I was chatting with people, connecting, talking to them online, and then some of them agreed to share some insights. So that helped massively. I took up some courses, did some, the skills that I should learn at that point of time to actually go to the next stage of career. So the writing skills that I built, I compiled it with SEO, with designing skills, with running, how to run ad campaigns, email marketing, social media, all of this. I built it one by one, and I with the freelance clients that I got. So I also worked with a couple of startups where there was a lot of freedom after that job. So the more work you take up in startups, they are more happy, right? So I was also at that position of my career where I wanted to do more work, and I wanted that freedom. I made a lot of mistakes, but that was all part of the process. So I got, and you won't believe, as all of this was happening, I also started creating content on LinkedIn. And the first couple of projects that I got were all inbound. I actually did not reach out to people that give me work. People reached out to me just by looking at my profile. Okay. And we had a discussion, and I got some projects. So I was working on my full-time job. I was having freelancing clients, and with word of mouth, this was just growing. Okay. So there came a time when I decided that I have to quit my job, and I wanted to focus full-time on freelancing because I wanted to see the potential of it. So with job and consulting and freelancing, I felt that my skills have gone up to an extent where I can monetize it, and I just need to take that bold decision and go ahead. So my family supported, and I took the decision. But unfortunately, COVID happened at that same time. So what happened was, I lost the clients that I had, and for a couple of months I was out of work completely. So that was a reflecting time that I took, and it was kind of a break, almost 6 months. I was not doing anything. So I focused on, and I was building, but one thing didn't stop, was learning. So I thought, even if I don't have a job, full-time job or freelance clients, I'm going to focus on learning and build the skills in the meantime that can take me to the next stage, which I can use to do something else. So I focused on the weaker sides of my skill sets. For example, designing, for example, website creation. So I was aware, I used to know, but I wanted to go in deeper. So and all of this was self-learning. So I installed the software and all, and with YouTube tutorials, I kept on doing every day and experimented with designs. Same way, I built my own website, which is growthdish.com. I'll show you. And I have built the entire website from scratch. And it was massive effort. It took a lot of time, but it was worth it. Okay. And there were 3 to 5 versions before, which were not so good. Before what you will see today. So I built, I learned all of these skills by watching videos online. Okay. So the thing is that if you focus on the skills, and if you do it daily, over a time, it will compile, and it will become something that, and if you just show it to the right place at the right time, there is no way that opportunities are not going to come to you. Okay. So I'll go more deeper into this as we go ahead. But what happened was, my LinkedIn followers grew in that period from, let's say, I think around 15,000 to 30, 40,000 within a couple of months. Okay, because I was focusing a lot, I was creating content, I was day in, day out, I was doing that. And once that grew, I experimented with training business. So I set up small batches and I started training people. So initially, that also failed. So first 2-3 times I announced and I did some promotions, but a lot of people showed interest, but nobody joined. So that was again a failure, setback. But I went back and I checked what didn't work this time, so that I improved on it and did the campaigning again. Okay. And then gradually 2 people came in the first workshop, which was almost a month long workshop. And then from 2 to 10, 12 to 30, 60, 90, 190. So a year ago, I did a batch where there were almost 400 people in one batch, and it was just one Zoom call. So these workshops are live, intensive, and I teach them everything that I've learned in my 8-9 years of experience, very practically, by taking live sessions in the evening. So right now we have a batch coming up that is starting on April 30th. So again, these are like month-long workshop where I teach writing, designing, website creation, analytics, social media marketing, ad campaigns, SEO, in depth and practically share a lot of study materials that we have built over the years. So once that picked up, and that has been going on for last 2.5 to 3 years. So last year I started experimenting on providing service to my clients again, but this time not as a freelancer, as a full-fledged agency. So a lot of people who joined my workshop reached out to me later that they wanted to do internships and all. So a couple of people started working with me, even though I was not able to pay much initially, but gradually with time, as I got clients, and now it has become like a 30 people team. It's fully remote, but we are handling some very good clients at the moment. So what we offer is content marketing and SEO services. So we offer a lot of SEO help and write content on their website, which eventually help them increase their website traffic and ranking. Okay. So this we are doing because we have seen our own websites where we have experimented and seen these results, which we are offering now to our clients. So it is working in a very systematic and let's say result oriented focused way. So all of this is going on, but the one thing that connects everything in my career is LinkedIn. So LinkedIn is the base. So everything, even I wrote about this 2 days back, that one decision of mine when I decided to start writing on LinkedIn changed everything. So I was following a lot of people, and for 6 months I was actually lurking. I was looking at people and I was planning that, okay, I'll start writing, I'll start posting tomorrow. These are the things I want to write about. These are the people I like. But I was postponing it because initially there is a lot of phobia, a lot of fear to write anything in public. What people will think, what will happen. Okay. And anything new, this is very common. Okay. So, but I somehow managed to gather that courage and wrote that first post, which eventually became like one post in a week. I started writing. I was very anxious in the beginning. So then eventually I started increasing the number, and the followers have grown. So over the time, what has happened is I have kept my content very, very focused to digital marketing. So right now I have around 75,000 followers. So all those people know me for what I do. Okay. And in this industry. So I do not talk about yoga. I do not talk about anything else. Okay. This is one way of building a personal brand. So a lot of people, share their journey, a lot of other things wherever they're visiting, like a personal diary kind of thing. But, you can write something controversial also. So that way, what happens, you'll get a lot of followers, but the trust factor will not come. If you have less followers, so my theory is that even if you have 10,000 followers, which is focused in one niche, and they trust you for the content that you write daily. So when you try to monetize it, it will give you a better result compared to if you have 1 lakh followers, which who don't trust you for what you do. You have gained that by writing something controversial. Okay. So if I give my opinion just on few things that is happening, which is controversial, a lot of people will write comments and this and that, and my followers will gain. Okay, I'll increase my followers, but those people will not follow me for the content I'm creating or for my area of expertise. They will follow me because they enjoy my content for some reasons. Okay, so now I'll tell you one more thing, which is so LinkedIn is one thing that has helped me. So this is a social media platform. Similarly, I'll tell you one very interesting story. So I think last year, I don't remember the exact time, but in one of the batches, this person joined and he left his job some time ago. He was working in HR and all, and like he was not very satisfied with what he was doing. So he joined this workshop and he reached out to me saying he wanted to do an internship, and also he worked with me for some time. And then we had a long call and he started discussing the career options that he had. So he was thinking about either going back to the job that he was doing, or start working as a consultant, as a freelancer, like way a lot of people do. You start working as a freelancer in content or design or SEO, anything in the whole online marketing space. So if you start looking for projects, and if you can reach out to people, you will definitely find people. Okay, but what other options are there in the current scenario? So we discussed on this, and I gave him one idea that and he was already creating content on Instagram, by the way, at that time. So he had around less than 500 followers at that time, and created 2 or 3 reels. So I told him that this is something very powerful. You have the skill. Okay, you can shoot a video, you can do the editing, and you can post it, right? Do it for 3 months. Okay, 2 to 3 months phase, and see what happens. Okay, because content creation is itself an industry. If you can create content, if you can build followers, and if you can build people who engage with you, not just followers, then there will be so many ways of monetizing it, and you can become a full-fledged business person with it. So you won't believe, within a month his profile exploded. He posted some 2, 3 or 10 maybe reels, and few of them went viral and got up to 10,000 followers. We were all shocked, and he continued, and within 6 to 8 months, less than a year's time, I think he hit 1 million followers. So today he has he's living in his hometown. It's like no need to go to office. He works in his own way, and he works with big brands whom he's promoting online. Okay, sponsored videos. So amount of money he's making is never in a job he would be able to make. So that is the kind of potential and career opportunities today you have. Couple of years back, just 5 years back, this was not possible, that you start a YouTube channel or you start an Instagram page, and that itself becomes a business and like a career. Okay, and the toughest thing in business, in marketing, is building a brand which people will trust. Okay, so you create a brand on social media, either on your name or some specific idea, or like a company page where there is followers. And once you get people, audience, that is the first level of difficulty, that you get people who can trust you and who follow you. Okay, and then there will be 100 ways of monetizing. Okay, so what I suggest is that there are a lot of things to do in digital marketing, which is learning, which can continue in parallel. Okay, so I'll show you a couple of things now, so which you can start doing and learning, implementing. But you also need to experiment and see what is working for you, where do you find your interest, which you can go ahead in your career, because you also have to enjoy your work, right? So let's say you enjoy writing, okay, or you enjoy designing, or you enjoy certain part of digital marketing more than the others. So initially, for some time, you learn all of these areas and have a working knowledge, and then you will understand which area you are more naturally inclined. So you have to understand yourself also better. It is not that, okay, So there is a certain amount of craze in AI and chat GPT right now. Let me try to focus on that because there is a buzz right now. If you go that way, what will happen is you will unnecessarily build stress on yourself, and after some time you might give up. Instead of that, if you understand yourself better, and if you focus on that, and if you forget about just what is happening in the market, what is the buzz, you'll be able to sustain that for a long time. Okay, so the things I'll break it down again for you. So the things that you need to focus on at skills level in digital marketing is, first of all, you need to learn writing. So there are books that you can read to improve your writing skills. One of the best books I can recommend is Ogilvy on advertising. Then there is Copywriting Handbook and HBR Guide to Better Business Rating. You can just research on this. So they will break down how writing is done effectively in the business world. So one same letter or email, they will write it in 5 different ways in these books, and they will show it to you how this is making an impact. Once you are able to do that and you are following people who are good writers, you'll start observing trends, patterns. Okay, then you start learning designing. So you start working on Canva is free, majority part of it. You can watch YouTube videos. You can start learning in three hours. Okay, you can start creating amazing designs, and you start implementing it on social media and see the response. Okay, how people are reacting to it. You learn website designing. Okay, there are a lot of drag and drop tools for this. You don't need to learn coding. Okay, if you are into coding, if you're passionate, that's a different thing, but you do not need to know coding to actually create a website. Okay, so I'll show you my website right now, and I have zero idea of coding, but if you give me that you have to create a website, I can totally do it. So this website that you see, I have built it totally from scratch by myself. Entire designing, writing, developing it in WordPress, I have done it without any coding. Okay, so this ebook, I have written the content, I have designed it. I had some support from my team, but the entire idea and designing was mine. Okay, so this is built on WordPress and there is zero coding. Okay, I have used a premium theme and I have customized it a little bit. Okay, so this is the workshop page which is starting on April 30th. You can find more details here. Okay, so there's also a free ebook that I have on my website. You can download it and start reading. This is specifically for beginners. Whatever I've told you, there is time limit and everything doesn't hit me at the right time, right? So I have put all of that information in a very nice way, tried to put it, and so that people who are beginners who want to learn can have a roadmap. So you can download this ebook and you can read it. Okay, so this is one part. Next is I wanted to also show you this another website. So both of this website is mine. So I have built this website from scratch. First of all, when you have to create a website, see, creating a website is important because let's say you get a client, or forget about clients, you want to present yourself in the world. How will you do it? So you create social media pages on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. That is one thing. Everybody can do it. What else can you do? If you are a freelance writer, content writer, let's say, and if you have these pages, you also have a website which says that, which highlights you are this person, you have all of these links, portfolio in a flashy way. When you reach out to someone, okay, you can charge them a premium price. Okay, because once you talk to them, they will go back and research about you online and see who you are and what is your online presence. Okay, so short story here, when I was in a full-time job and I just started this website, Growth Dish, that time it had just 5 to 6 articles. So I went for another job and I showed them my LinkedIn, the website that I built, and I told them this is all me. I've done it by myself, by self-learning. And next I got a call that when can you join? Forget about everything else. How much, and can we have a discussion on compensation and all? So there was no test, nothing at all. So this is what a brand can do for you. If you can showcase yourself, if you can show your work basically instead of talking about it, that is where people will start trusting you. So the thing is that 15, 20, 25 years back, to start a business, people used to think, the perception that people had, that you need a physical presence, you need a store, you need a warehouse or factory, some people will come to work daily. So it is, and initially it is like lakhs of rupees of investment, everybody cannot start a business. But today that is completely changed, right? Everybody can start a business. What is a business? Online business. Your Instagram page is a business page. Your YouTube channel is a business page. Your LinkedIn account is a business page. Your newsletter that you can start for free on Substack is a business. So let's say you get 50,000 people following you. Let's say you are not good in videos. For example, same like me. Still you can, there are a lot of people who have built a good business just by writing. You can write on Twitter, you can write on LinkedIn, you can write newsletters, right? And you get people with time, let's say that increases, you get 50,000, 1 lakh people following you. You can share affiliate links of products, right? You can recommend things, relevant things. Brands will reach out to you for collaboration. You can start a short course. You can sell a short ebook. Okay. All of these things can happen as monetization once you build a following and build a brand. Okay. So the kind of career opportunities today you have is not just limited to job, freelancing, or anything very specific. Also, the lines that are there in digital marketing in the different career niches has become blur. Today, when we hire somebody in our agency, we look for somebody who is an all-rounder. Okay, maybe that person specializes in designing or writing or website creation, whatever, but they should have a decent understanding of the other areas of digital marketing also. Okay, so at least in the early phases of career, and as you go ahead, you can always have more specialties, that I specialize only in this and I'll take up career work only in this. But initially it will be very difficult if you say that I will only work on this. Okay, I would recommend that even if you are into writing or designing one thing, you should have a good knowledge of other areas of digital marketing. Okay, if you are into online business, right? So what else I need to cover? I will show you a couple of things. Just give me a minute. So one of the results that I wanted to show you. So I'll show you data from Google's Search Console. So this is a free tool by Google, where once you create a website, and if you submit it here, you can basically get the data of how many people are visiting your website, what are they searching. So SEO and content is the primary offering of our agency Zoringa, which have started just 6 to 8 months ago. So here we are basically offering content to our clients, and all of this experimenting we have done in our own websites. So Growth Dish is one. There are a couple of other blogs that I have which I maintain. So here if you see, if you go to last, let's say 16 months, so this was dead for a very long time. There was not much of content, so we started around 2019, but it was not getting enough traffic and all. So somewhere around last to last year around May, April, we wrote 15-25 blogs which was SEO optimized with keywords and all of the on-page SEO practices. And then we saw a massive rise in website traffic. So a lot of people started searching on Google, and since we had picked those keywords intentionally which we could rank for, we saw a massive rise in traffic to almost 1,000 people visiting our website per day. And this has not dropped after that. So the beautiful thing about SEO is that, so understand the fundamental difference between SEO and all the other parts of online marketing. So you have ads, you have social media, you have email newsletters, all of that. Okay. So in ads, you run Google ads, you run Facebook ads, people will come to your website. You post on social media, people will come to your website, and you have something on website to sell, and it might sell, right? But the moment you stop investing in ads, posting on social media, your traffic will stop. Okay. So there's a dependency. But with SEO, it is not an expense, it is not an spend, it's an investment. Means it's like just like building a home and then giving it out rent. So you keep on getting recurring income, passive income. So you create content on your website and you post it, and you focus on other SEO factors of on page, off page, and try to improve the ranking. And once couple of articles gets ranked, or for some keywords you start ranking, that traffic is not going to fall, okay, compared to ads. So once you start getting, let's say 30,000, 50,000 traffic on your website by the content that you have created on a website, it is not going to go away even if you stop the next day making any new effort on SEO or content. So that is going to continue. So that is, all from my side in terms of what I'm focusing on, and how I built this. So on 23rd April, I'm doing free masterclass that is focused on LinkedIn. If you want to learn LinkedIn in depth, so I'll share frameworks and a lot of examples and ideas that has helped me, and how you can optimize, build your brand and all on LinkedIn. So I'm conducting this free masterclass on 23rd April. This is going to be 3 hours session, and there are some exciting prizes. There will be activities. So I'm doing a giveaway worth rupees 75,000 since I have hit this milestone. So there is books and other things, prizes that I have planned. But if you guys are interested, you can join this also. So workshop is coming on 30th. This is there on 23rd. There's a free ebook on my website. You guys can download and read, and you can reach out to me if you have any questions. Yes. So I think we can take questions now. Sugandha, you're on mute, I think.
Sorry. Yeah. That was really interesting. Thank you so much. And I request everyone to please type their questions in the Q&A box. Shivam is asking, what are your thoughts about Upwork and freelancer.com website?
So see, these websites are great. You have to do a lot of hit and trial. So you cannot reach out to one client and it's not working, so you cannot make an opinion. You have to position yourself nicely, put up your portfolio, and then try different ideas that are working in this. So I have personally not worked with clients on this, but I know people who are doing good work. But again, it is like let's say a middleman that is there, right, to reach to a client. But if you can reach them directly on social media pages, on Instagram, on LinkedIn, you can have a direct conversation, and you can charge probably more, right? You can have a better hold over everything.
Right.
Yeah.
Great. So Alicia is asking, please explain on-page and off-page SEO. How do we do it? So
see, I'll show you again. Let me share my screen. So I'll quickly show you instead of just talking theory. For example, so let's say I'm searching this, how to download Instagram images in gallery with music. Okay. So you see this article, growth rate, this is coming up, this is ranking in the first 2-3 pages. Okay. So on-page SEO is nothing but optimizing your whole page for SEO. Okay. For the search engine bots and for people eventually. So whatever you are searching on Google, that is a keyword. So that keyword has to be there in the URL. Okay, that keyword has to be there in your title. That keyword has to be integrated naturally throughout the article, and there should be supporting articles, related supporting keywords. Okay, and then you have to frame this. Okay, and then there is images that you can add, which is relevant, which can add value to your audience, right? And then you can interlink to other articles that are there, okay, to on your website, on other websites. Okay, so there are, if you do more research, you'll find out that there are around 10-15 factors that you can follow for on pages. So basically, your title, your URL, your meta descriptions, and all of this. For to do all of these things, there are tools. Okay, you don't have to do it manually, adding tags and meta description, writing meta description, all of this. And in off pages here, the idea is you basically build links around the internet that refer to your website. Okay, so for example, you start a blog into fitness. Okay, and there is a fitness magazine which is well established, well known. If somehow in their article or in their page they mention about your blog, so it is like you are getting a reference from somebody who is already established in the industry, right? So that adds a lot of value and authority to your website. Got it? So now, how do you get that? There are a lot of ways. So you need to climb the ladder step by step. There are small websites, free websites where you can first build backlinks, right? So your authority will increase slowly, and then you post really helpful, in-depth information in your website. And then you reach out to websites which have high domain authority, and you tell them that, hey, we have written this article in our website. If you feel that this will add value to somewhere in your website, please, you can interlink it here. Okay, so that way it's like barter, you do this for us, we will write a free article for you. So this way you need to negotiate and see what is working. Many people also charge a certain amount of money for backlinks, so you have to explore all of these things. And so the base of everything would be that you have your own website first, where you can execute and implement all of this and learn by doing it yourself instead of just by reading stuff online.
Right. So Nikita is asking, and I think that's a lot of people would be, thinking about it. How to stay consistent with creating content?
So consistency in content creation, is very tough. To be honest, in the last 3 years that I've created content on LinkedIn, I have taken massive breaks. I almost gave up. I took a break of almost 6 months in between. Okay, I lost hope. I don't know why. I lost interest. I was not getting ideas. But it's like you have to keep moving, pushing yourself. And I have a calendar. I have Excel sheets where I category wise I put in ideas that I can create content on these kind of things. I can create content on this kind of. So I write about LinkedIn. I write about writing. I write about designing, and sometimes content creation. So for all of these categories, I have 15, 20, 100 just ideas that are there. So then sometimes I write stories also. So those stories I write in my phone notepad whenever I'm taking a shower or I'm going out with my dog. I just get one idea, this can become a LinkedIn post, so I will just note it somewhere with a small idea board that this can become a post, right? And then when I sit down to write, so important thing is that you build a daily habit of writing at a fixed time. It is in the morning, afternoon, evening, night, whenever. 30 minutes, 45 minutes, 1 hour, you sit, you think, you articulate, and you create the content which you can eventually start posting.
Right. Yeah. We have a lot of questions coming around in the people coming from different background, like some are from sales or normal offline marketing or anything. Yeah. So how can they shift to digital marketing? Where do they start from? Should they go for a job, or what skills should they learn?
See, I'll tell you, the industry is very competitive, okay? And only the best of the best will get opportunities, okay? So to actually crack in, you have to transform yourself for this role. For example, you did a degree course of 3 years, 4 years, then got a job, right? So you want to switch your career, you have to give yourself time and work in a strategic way. For example, you want to switch to digital marketing, you give yourself 6 months to 1 year, okay, comfortably, and then set deadlines and checklist that you need to do this. Okay, you need to do a course, any course, expensive courses, basic courses, whatever you can afford. Online, you go to some coaching institute, whatever is fine. So if you have zero knowledge, you'll get some idea. Okay, now if you think I'll do one course, I'll get a job, my life will change, it is not going to work. You have to, that is just going to be the basic foundation. Okay, after that you start implementing all of that by yourself by creating a passion project. Either you build your own personal brand, or let's say you are passionate about yoga, you're passionate about gardening, about in home interior, whatever. For that, you create a Instagram page, you create a LinkedIn page, you create a Facebook page, you create a channel on YouTube, you create a website. All of this, you do it and build that for 3 to 6 months. And then eventually, you don't have to convince anyone for work. You just show it to somebody that I have done this. People will be like, can you do this for me? I'll pay you. So turn the conversation around by showing your work instead of telling that I have done this course, these are my skills, give me a job. Okay. So then the conversation becomes easier and you'll be adding real value to the work that you do.
Right. We have questions around monetization as well. Like, how do people monetize their digital marketing skills, or how can they monetize if they are, posting on LinkedIn? So, can you elaborate on that part?
Right. So, I think I have spoken, but I'll again summarize. So, creating content and building followers is the base. Okay. And first of all, but there are a lot of things in, which are like critical, which you have to understand and explore before you think about monetizing. So let's say you have to choose the right topic, right platform. You should have the right kind of knowledge and skills in that. And there should be a way of monetizing. Okay. So you have to look at all of these things before you even begin. Okay. If you want to go in a very, very strategic way. Okay. So for example, you should actually see others doing it. Do not try to invent the wheel again. Okay. There will be other people who are doing it. Follow them, understand them, speak to some people if possible, understand what they are doing. You start doing it in your own way. Okay. And once you build the audience, there will be ways of monetizing. Okay. So it may be more, it may be less. And, there will be no situation. Basically, there is no downside to content creation. Okay. The monetization intensity and what you'll get can vary. Okay. But you can always work on it. But there is no downside. That is for sure. Only thing is, if it is not working, let's say for 3 months, you put a lot of effort and you create content, but you are not seeing your followers growing, then you should ideally sit down and have a conversation with somebody who is like a mentor and who understands this in depth, what is going on. If it is technically or fundamentally a wrong attempt, you can pause it and try something new, because this is a business. Okay. And in business, there is nothing called right and wrong. You have to, it is hit and trial more. Okay. So all of my businesses so far have been more like, okay, let's try this. If it works out, I will go ahead. Okay. It's not like I'll spend my whole life doing this and I can see everything, that I'll become a millionaire by this age. And this is the thing that I should do. Okay. It is never like that. You keep on doing and you see, okay, this is working. Let's go ahead. Let's put more focus on this. So that is how you should approach.
Right. Great. Shashi is asking where we can research for Google keywords for SEO. I think a lot of candidates have this question.
So I'll tell you, there are tools like SEMrush, Ahrefs, which are paid tools, but they're damn expensive. It will cost you 8,000, 10,000 per month. Okay. Each tool. But there is alternative. There are tools which use APIs to actually give you a limited access, which is decent for beginners. and which you can get at 500 rupees. Okay, if you just research on this, for example, if you search tools by, okay, or flick over, these are some tools which have which will give you an limited access of all these premium tools at 500,000 rupees. Okay, and then you can get a limited access and you can start using them. So these tools will be directly helpful in doing keyword research, in in generating audit report and lot of other things. So basically you cannot do SEO without these tools. So Flickover is one tool. There is tools by, there are a lot of tools which is like I'm forgetting the name they called for these tools. I'll just research and I will find out. Give me 1 second. Yeah, we can take the next question in the meanwhile.
Right. Alicia and other candidates asking, what is the importance of backlinks and how many backlinks are important?
So backlinks are, so that tool, the name of this kind of tools are group sharing SEO tools. Okay, you can just research on this. Sample Flickover, I've put it on chat. Okay, so there are many tools like this, group sharing SEO tools. So backlinks, again, I told you, I think that basically, so there are multiple ways of building backlinks. You create links on social media by sharing them. You create, there are bookmarking websites, there are local directories, right? There are forums like Quora, Reddit, then there are websites like Medium. So all of these places, you create content related to your content, and then you intelligently place a natural link which refers to your website as a hyperlink. Okay, so that way what will happen is the algorithm will think that a lot of other websites are mentioning about you, and your website is actually good, and people can let's say trust it, and they will basically visit more and read that website.
Prajna is asking, what is keyword mapping and how to do keyword research?
So keyword research is the first thing that you need to do if you are taking an SEO project or content work. Okay, so first thing is seed keywords. Okay, so let's say you get a new website, you understand their business, you understand their services, what kind of services or products they're selling, and you put those keywords in one category, and you start using these tools to get more keyword ideas. So for one keyword, people will be searching in 100 different ways, right? So all of those things, you club it together in one category, right? So this way you can increase the number of categories and club them, right? And then work on, so one article also, for example, you take health niche, so health benefits of honey. If you're writing an article, so this can become a massive article, right? 2,000-3,000 words article, but there will be so many other topics inside which can become another article, which will need more information, right? So this way interlinking can also happen. So for honey cluster, you can create maybe 30-40 topics, and couple of topics can be like massive articles, pillar content, which will have interlinking to all the other articles or keywords that you are trying.
Right.
And if you want to learn more about keyword research, you should visit the YouTube channel of Ahref. So Ahref is a premium SEO tool, and they have a excellent YouTube channel, and they explain keyword research like nobody else on the internet.
Right. So there is one question, and she's asking basically how to get some content ideas, and are there any tools to create, to get some ideas? I think ChatGPT is something that everybody is talking about these days.
Right. So ChatGPT is great. Okay. And it can help you save your time a lot. Okay. But you should learn how to use it properly, and what is that the tool can do. You should understand the limitation. A lot of people are creating buzz on the internet that you can write articles and just copy paste it and it will work. It is not going to work. Okay. After some time, there will be a massive drop in traffic. The algorithm will come up with an update and they can read what is AI content. Gone. Okay. So, for example, there are 10 articles and you need to understand that in 5 paragraphs or 5 lines. You don't have that much time to read all of this, right? So ChatGPT can do that for you. You can summarize and it can give you. But after that, what you do with that information is totally yours. You have to do the hard work. ChatGPT will not do the hard work and give it to you. Okay. So there are other content tools also. For example, BuzzSumo is also a great tool. Okay. To look at other content ideas, what people are coming up with. And see, about content ideas, the source of it is your customers. If you understand your target audience, the best thing is possible if you can speak to them, okay, and note down their questions. What are they asking? What are they worried about? Okay, what would they like to know? What are they researching in their free time about your product or service? Or what are their problem statements? You start writing all of them. There will never be lack of content, and you start addressing those issues in your content. Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Nikhil is asking, can you please give some examples of developing an effective portfolio according to what companies are looking for?
So portfolio wise, Nikhil, I would say, that if you can build a website and have links or so portfolio will vary. For example, designers, we have Behance, right? You can just put all your designs on Behance and just share that link. For writers, you can have your own WordPress blog where you can put some articles and share that link that, these are the articles that are written by me. You can share your own LinkedIn profile also where you write regularly. If you have worked on websites, other websites, you're a website designer, you need to create one website and you can show it, right? So this way it will vary from specialty to specialty. But I would say that instead of sharing Google Drive link or just links, you put everything in a presentable way in whatever is possible for that niche.
Right. Kiran is asking, what are the recommended sites or tools for creating landing pages without coding language?
There are many, and those are amazing, but they are paid tools. Okay. For example, Swipe Pages is one of them. I have used personally Swipe Pages. There are other pages also. You can try. Instapage is one. Landing page builders. This is the keyword that you need to search for. You'll get a lot of options. You need to choose the ones which is cost effective and functionally has a good repo in the industry.
Right. So I think we can take up the last question. Yogita is asking that what tools did you use to make websites, Growthish and Zoringa?
So I have used WordPress completely. This is on WordPress, and so the process I follow is, which is industry standard, that we write the content first on Word or Google Doc. Okay. We finalize it and then we design it. We use either Adobe Illustrator or Figma. So the entire thing is designed like a mock-up. Okay. What page will look like what. And then we work on the WordPress or, whatever tool you're using. So there you implement the content and the design. So 3 stages. First you write the content, then you design it. And there are multiple tools that you can use, and then you put it on website. So website also you can choose Wix, you can choose WordPress. There are other options. Card is also one, I guess, right? All drag and drop. For designing you can use Canva, you can use Illustrator, you can use Figma. Writing is your own ideas.
Great. Thank you so much, Surojit. Any last closing comments before we?
So I would say that whatever you're doing, your personal brand is only going to amplify it if you can put the effort to show your work on any social media. That is going to help you in whatever you want to do. Okay. So today when I go to client calls, a lot of people already know me because of my presence on LinkedIn. they tell me we have already chatted, and I'm like, when? Okay, so it's only going to help you if you can put out content on social media. There is no downside, and it's going to help you whatever you are going to achieve. So you can feel free to ask me more questions. You can reach out to me on LinkedIn, on email, whatever suits you.
A lot of people are asking for your LinkedIn link. So if you're comfortable, if you can share it.
Yes, definitely.
Thank you so much for your time once again, Surojit. It was very informative. I thoroughly enjoyed it, and I'm sure our learners learned a lot. And thanks to all the attendees as well for all the questions and for taking out time to attend the session. Have a happy weekend, everybody.
Thank you to everyone. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Sugandha, again for inviting.
Thank you so
much. All right,
much.
guys. Thank you. Thank you so much. Bye-bye. Take care.